In today's video, Bitcoin is still getting rejected by the 4-hour EMA ribbon. Are we still in a downtrend, and when is that going to change? Anytime soon maybe. Guys, if you are trading with leverage, if you are looking for the next trade in Bitcoin, make sure to watch this video until the end. We are going to have a look at a use case for WhalePortal, and we are going to have a look at some stories that are going around in the space right now about Richard Hart, the founder of Hex, getting sued by the SEC. And we are going to talk about the BALT token, where the founder just rocked the whole liquidity. So guys, all about that in today's video. Let's jump straight into it. Bitcoin got rejected from the 4-hour EMA ribbon, guys, and in today's video I want to start off with a use case for WhalePortal and how it actually helped me yesterday in not opening a long position right here. Because yesterday, I gotta be honest guys, the chart looked a little bit different before you saw this dump in the Bitcoin price, and we saw Bitcoin already trying to break above the 4-hour EMA ribbon, one level that we are watching right here on the channel, but we didn't saw that 4-hourly close above the EMA ribbon. So I was doubting right here, should I open a long position, yes or no? Then I thought like, okay, let's have a look at the signals over on whaleportal.com and whether they might give me some more clarity. So once I opened whaleportal.com and I went through the signals, I actually directly could see that I shouldn't open a long position and that most likely we will be getting rejected. And I'm going to show you why. And I want to start off with the funding rates, guys. Right here we can see that the moment Bitcoin was basically pumping right here to the upside, touching that 4-hour EMA ribbon, the funding rates were going up. And these are all the confirmed funding rates. But of course, in the moment, you can also see the live funding rate. And we were seeing that the live funding rate was also higher. So that was already one concern for me, like, okay, the funding rates are going up. Right, that normally isn't the most bullish sign. It means more and more people are opening long positions, which might end up being a trap. Then I thought, okay, let's have a look at the premium index. You can look at the premium index multiple ways. You can look at the candles to spot certain reversals. Like for example, right now we might get a bounce in the Bitcoin price because we just had a massive reading on the premium index. But you can also look at these things with a bar, and they basically show us whether the spot price of Bitcoin is trading higher than the contract price or whether the contract price is trading higher. And basically when this is positive, as you can see right here, is generally bearish. Also you can see we do get a small dump afterwards, but nothing significant. Nothing yet significant. But normally when this goes up, it tends to be more bearish than bullish. And when it goes down, it tends to be more bullish than bearish. So right here, also with this pump in the Bitcoin price, I saw the premium index right here coming up. Which basically means that this was not a very healthy or not a very strong move to the upside. Mostly driven by derivatives exchanges and not by spot markets. So no real demand right there. So these two signs, guys, actually told me, okay, I'm not going to open a long position. And this is exactly how you should use WhalePortal, guys. You go to the chart, you see something, you think like, hey, I might want to open a long, I might want to open a short. Is that a smart idea? Let's have a look at the WhalePortal charts. Let's have a look. Do these derivatives exchange data, at least for short-term trading, confirm my thesis? So guys, this website is really good to get confirmations on your trade, and this can be, and I heard it already from multiple people, this can be the edge between a profitable trader and a non-profitable trader, because you have such more data that you're including, which most traders are not including in their analysis. And yeah, it can definitely help. So this is just the way that I'm mostly using WhalePortal. I'm finding nice scenarios in the charts, and I'm confirming or not confirming that with data from derivatives exchange data, which is visible over on WhalePortal. Guys, I really need you, if you like this video, to smash a thumbs up button. And if you want to stay connected and rock this bull market together, make sure to subscribe as well, guys. Much appreciated. Guys, let's go back to Bitcoin. So far, like we said in yesterday's video as well, nothing is really changing yet. We still get rejected from the 4-hour EMA ribbon. We couldn't break above the former support, which is the former support of this sideways range right here. So we're still trading below that. We do form actually some interesting signals right now, and that is that we have a bullish divergence on the 4-hour time frame, not yet confirmed, but in the next hours we will see a nice close. So that means that we have a lower low in the price, a higher low in the relative strength index, but we also see a higher low probably in Orion's belt right here, and also in the MACD, which is quite bullish, because a bullish divergence can be an early signal of a trend reversal. So are there any other patterns that we can draw right here? Well, it looks like we do have somewhat of a declining resistance right here. Maybe we could be forming something like this, like a falling wedge formation, where we eventually break out to the upside. I do think it's nice that the EMA ribbon aligns with the resistance of the falling wedge right here. Breakout to the upside would be bullish, especially with that bullish divergence. The target of the wedge would be the top of this range, or the top of the wedge basically, roughly at 31,000 US dollars. So this is a target that I'm watching, but we haven't seen any breakout yet. So this is just something that we have to be tracking. If we go to the stablecoin dominance, we can see that the relative strength index kind of formed a double top, while the chart actually shows a higher high. That is bearish divergence, arguably, but it might be a good sign, or a bearish sign for this chart, but a good sign for Bitcoin, right? Maybe the MACD and the Orion's belt do set a lower high, which do create some bearish divergences. So these are the things that we want to see, right? We want to see bullish divergences on Bitcoin, bearish divergences on inverse correlated charts. So guys, this is basically what I'm watching with Bitcoin. Like I said, in the analyzers, it's still kind of standing firmly. We are still trading below the 4-hour EMA ribbon. Bitcoin is still in the downtrend in the short-term time frame. Let it pass. Let Bitcoin go down. Let it correct. Give it its time. And once we are seeing that reversal, we can act again and we can become more bullish. Right? It's no need right now. We don't have any evidence yet to really get the laser eyes back. Then guys, I want to talk with you about some different things, and there's actually some big news in the space the last days, and I want to start with this. And actually the news is about scammers, and the SEC is suing Richard Hart because they think he used 12 million US dollars in investor funds which he got by hacks, right? So I don't know if that's true. It's possible, right? I don't know if that is true, but the most important thing right here in the crypto space is that there is no better project than Bitcoin, right? If you want to invest in these altcoins, do take in mind that the CEO of that altcoin, or the founder of that altcoin, often gets most of the money. And guys, I just want to show you right here that not all the founders of every cryptocurrency is that moral, right? So I don't know what exactly this guy is doing. I'm not dive too much into Hex. I've heard him on multiple videos saying that Hex is a better version of Bitcoin. And I can already say, without looking too much into the ecosystem of Hex, that can't even be true because of the hash rate, right? One of the most important use cases for cryptocurrencies is the decentralization. Decentralization is only possible with a high security, right? The lower the security, the more chances that decentralized product can be attacked by outside forces, by third parties, right? So the higher the security, which in Bitcoin is the hash rate, the computing power, the more decentralized a coin is. So by far, Bitcoin is the most decentralized token out there. Also, that's why it's the best token out there. And I don't think that there will be any token that will surpass Bitcoin in its core functionality, being a safe, decentralized monetary system. Of course, there can be many altcoins, guys, that might have a better technology of doing nano transactions, stuff like that. That is all possible. You know, that is definitely possible, but those altcoins always can be replaced, right? Bitcoin never can be replaced. If you want to replace Bitcoin, you have to replace its computing power, you have to replace its adoption, you have to replace the infrastructure that we are already seeing among our society, among apps, among websites. So I don't think that is going to happen. So that's also why I'm mostly into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the revolution. Bitcoin is why we are here. Bitcoin is the most important thing, and all the other things are basically noise. And of course, we can make some money with altcoins. We trade altcoins, and it's nice. But in my opinion, I always trade altcoins to gain more Bitcoin. I don't trade altcoins if I don't think they won't outperform Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the most important. And here you can already see, one of the founders I don't know, but it definitely says something about his way of living, right? Doing stuff like that and now getting sued by the SEC. I don't know what's true. I don't know if he did anything wrong. It just shows a little bit his character, probably. Then we go to the next scam, and this is also in the news lately. This is about Bolt. There was like a new chain on Coinbase. Someone launched a token right there. That token went mad, went pretty high up, and then suddenly that token holder just rocked the entire liquidity, and liquidity is gone, and everyone loses their money. Right, but he was actually quite smart, and he had quite some dedication or conviction in his trick, and I'm going to show you why by this tweet. This tweet is by Tiki. He says, a meme coin worth 100 million at its peak on Coinbase new base chain just rocked. I indexed all transactions from the Bolt deployer, Bolt-based Bolt, to tell the story of the market manipulation that occurred today. What happened? How much did the rugger make? A thread. Okay, this is going to be interesting, right? So what we can see right here, guys, is that Bolt launched on July 30 on the base chain. Coinbase new layer 2 built on optimism. The coin Bolt was a strong coordination for speculators. Why? Because there was suddenly a lot of liquidity. A lot of people were buying, a lot of volume that creates attention, right? But apparently that volume, that buying activity and that liquidity has been added by the founder. But the founder has actually added quite a lot of liquidity. He added roughly 6,700 ETH. So that is like 12.5 million US dollars of liquidity into this shitcoin. But that created that FOMO with other people to buy. So the liquidity that this guy added to this pool created so much attention that a lot of people start buying this altcoin. Then when the liquidity went up, when people started to buying, he rocked the whole liquidity. He took out 10,500 Ethereum. So he made a profit of roughly $5.2 million with an investment of $12 million in a relative short time span. And guys, this is also what I'm trying to say right here is you got to be very careful with these projects, because these projects often are being built to gain Ethereum, to gain Bitcoin. These projects are not often being built to be a long-term sustainable project where the investors will get a nice return on investment. No, it's highly speculative, it's highly flawed, it's really prone to scammers. This happens all the time. All the time new coins are popping out, and the intention that these coins are being made with are not the best intentions. So just be careful with that. Not all the founders of cryptocurrency projects do have the best intentions with you. That's why it's so important, guys, that you stick to the fundamentals. Bitcoin is the most important, guys. This is so important to understand. Once you read this book, and I guess most of you have already read this book, if you read this book, you know exactly why there can only be one cryptocurrency and why that is Bitcoin. And of course, I'm not going to say that we cannot use other cryptocurrencies. No, we can. There are a lot of use cases for other cryptocurrencies. You can make insurances. You can do nano transactions. There are so many possibilities, right? But the real sound money, the unmanipulated money, that is Bitcoin. And that will basically not change. Bitcoin will not be replaced, as you cannot really replace the internet right now. So guys, let's say there is a web shop, right? There's a web shop selling chairs. Well, you take that web shop down, you make a new web shop, right? Somebody else makes a web shop built on top of the internet. So the communication network, which is the internet, you cannot replace that. If you want to replace the communication network from the internet, probably it won't happen in our lifetime. Gotta be careful with what I'm saying. But if you want to change what's built on top of that, it's easily replaceable. But the first infrastructure, the communication network, that is really hard to replace. So yeah, we have to realize that Bitcoin is already quite far in its adoption and that it's irreplaceable, because we have already high adoption, high conviction in Bitcoin from the society, at least a big part of society. We have miners that's securing the Bitcoin network with a very high hash rate, and we have the proof of time. Bitcoin already proved to work for like longer than 10 years. Right, that also is a very important metric, because the longer it works, the more trust it builds, and the more companies that are built on it, the more miners that are built on it, the more people that live like us that invest their money in Bitcoin, right? So don't underestimate that. And there is no single altcoin, guys, that can just replace that. Basically, Bitcoin cannot be replaced, but mostly any altcoin out there can be replaced. But okay, guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, guys. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. Very much appreciated. Very important. And let me know what you think is going to happen with Bitcoin. Let me know what you think about these founders of these altcoins in the comment section down below. Guys, I want to wish you all a beautiful day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.